Hello everyone, this is the Familiar DAVENER number 6, and I'd like to dedicate all the words of Torah I'm about to say to a dear friend, a mentor, whose yortzeit is today, Dr. Ralph Loebenberg, Zichrono Livracha, Rafael ben Mordechai. Ralph was part of my community way back when in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and one of the only families that were not only part of an Orthodox community, but actually were personally Orthodox in their own homes. And he was the first person to teach me what it means to live in such a community, where by name the shul is Orthodox, but in practice not too many Shomer Shabbos Jews around you. And not only did he teach that it was possible, he actually implemented it by having and raising a beautiful family of children, grandchildren, and now great-grandchildren, all continuing in the beauty of our tradition. And that's exactly what I wanted to speak about today. You get to shul, and if everything is ideal, you have 10 people, you start the silent Amidah, then the Chazan waits for 9 people to finish, so they can answer Amen, and he begins the repetition. That's the law in the Shulchan Aruch, Siman Kuf Kaf Dalet, Seif Dalet, 124, subdivision 4. But what happens if, indeed, let's say there's 8 people that finished the Amidah, 1 person didn't, and the Chazan's waiting. Does he have to wait for that 9th person? If someone came into shul late, and ultimately wants to say the Amidah word for word with the Chazan, that's a possibility. The Ramah brings it, the Shulchan Aruch brings it, and that's one of the ways to still daven in the minyan if you came in late. Does he still have to wait for that 9th person to say Amen, so that he'll have 11 people, or not? The answer is very clear. He does not. The answer is so clear that I can prove it from a different psak of Shulchan Aruch. The Code of Jewish Law says that if you have 9 people plus 1 sleeping, literally 1 sleeping, can barely answer Amen, doesn't know what's flying, it's still considered a minyan. So, if you have 9 people plus the Chazan and one of them is sleeping, then all the more so if you have a guy who's not sleeping but saying word for word, letter for letter with the Chazan. And I believe we can learn from this something very important about our minyanim. There is an importance to a minyan, even if not everyone there is doing what they should be doing. There's an importance to maintaining a Jewish community, even if not everyone is doing exactly and precisely what they should be doing in davening. If one person could be sleeping and it's still considered a minyan, all the more so. If people come there, they come there to daven, even if they don't exactly know when to stand, when to sit, or when to say the words and how to say the words. The very fact that there's a minyan, that entity, has importance and significance and hopefully influence on the people. When the Gemara says that you could say Kaddish and Kedusha and Baruch Hu and all the things that require a quorum of a minyan, it doesn't say that you need to have the people actively davening per se. It quotes a beautiful verse, V'nikdashti betoch b'nei Yisrael, I will be sanctified within the Jewish people. And based on a series of different ways, the Gemara comes to the conclusion, Megillah Daf Kaf Gimel, Megillah 23b, that indeed that's considered a minyan. So even if not everyone in minyan is doing what they should, and we see this all the time, some people are in their cell phone, some people are reading, some people are distracted, the very fact that you have a minyan has significance and hopefully influence. Thus, to sum up, the law is clear. Yes, you have to wait for 9 people that could answer Amen for the Chazans to start the repetition, with one exception, and that is that if people in that room are actually going to say word for word with the Chazan, you don't have to wait for them. You can actually start the Amidah with those people because there's significance, even if not everything is going exactly and precisely as planned. From this perspective, I believe that we have a total new understanding to our minyanim. In ideal situations, everyone should be davening and doing what they should, and they should be doing it in a quorum of a minyan. But if it's less than ideal, the halacha is clear. There is still significance to the very fact that you have 10 people in the same room.